What are mandatory versus persuasive authority? Have you ever wondered how courts decide which legal texts to follow? Understanding the difference between mandatory and persuasive authority is key to navigating the legal world. Let's break it down. Mandatory authority consists of legal sources that a court must follow. This means that these sources are binding and cannot be ignored. Mandatory authority comes from primary sources of law. These include constitutions, statutes, regulations, and judicial decisions from higher courts within the same jurisdiction. For example, if the Supreme Court of a state makes a ruling, all lower courts in that state must follow it. Similarly, federal laws are mandatory authority for federal courts and sometimes for state courts when federal law applies. On the flip side, we have persuasive authority. This type of authority is not binding. Courts may consider it, but they are not required to follow it. Persuasive authority includes decisions from courts in other jurisdictions, lower court decisions, and secondary sources like law review articles and treatises. For instance, a ruling from a court in another state might be persuasive authority for a state court, but the state court does not have to adopt its reasoning. Understanding these distinctions is vital for law students. It affects how you read and analyze cases and statutes. When you receive a case assignment, your first step should be to determine if it is mandatory or persuasive authority for your jurisdiction. This helps you gauge how much weight the court must give to the decision and how you can use it in your arguments. When reading legal texts, especially in business law, identifying whether a source is mandatory or persuasive is crucial. If it is mandatory, you know the court must follow it. If it is persuasive, you can use it to support your argument, but be ready to explain why the court should consider it. You will also encounter specialized terminology. Primary sources refer to the law itself, like statutes and cases. Secondary sources are commentaries or explanations about the law, such as law review articles. Vertical stare decisis means that higher court decisions bind lower courts within the same jurisdiction. Horizontal stare decisis refers to courts of the same level, whose decisions may be persuasive but are not binding. In law school, you will frequently analyze whether a case or statute is mandatory or persuasive authority for a specific legal issue. Mastering this distinction is essential for effective legal research, writing, and argumentation. By grasping the difference between mandatory and persuasive authority, you will be better equipped to read legal texts critically and apply them in your studies and future legal practice.